So we see so many different forms of gender, sexuality, um, political ideologies, financial strategies, everything few and far in between. And I'm not saying that we all agree on these things, but we, for the most part, somewhat accept it. Now, what I don't understand is why don't we ever challenge the notion of confidence? We often see confidence as something or someone who's more assertive, somebody who's more vocal, somebody who desires to be heard or desires to be the center of attention. And what I've noticed is that not all confidence portrays in that way. I feel like there's a big confidence in knowing when to take a breather and taking a step back before saying something that you would not necessarily want to say at that time. Or maybe the confidence in being in yourself no matter who or what is around you. And often that confidence is found in the quietness, in the stillness, in the moments where you're not speaking. And sometimes I feel like we do kind of misconstrue this quietness as a lack of confidence. And I find that a bit disheartening. We often align quietness with not being heard. But I see it more as choosing when to speak. One thing I'm learning and I'm trying to get better with is using my words in a clear and concise manner. I've often found that when you slow down your speech and when you think about what you want to say before you say it, you often leave more of an impact on your listener. It involves the rhythm, it involves the intonation, the enunciation, the pronunciation. It involves the words in which you choose to use. And look, I feel like the less you say and the more you say with those words that you use, the more impact you leave on your listener. So how does this tie back to a more quiet confidence? When you come across somebody who's quiet, like I would say myself in certain situations, you tend to be someone who doesn't speak just to be heard, right? You speak to be felt. You speak to be understood. And when you have that wisdom to be able to speak and know what you're saying, I feel like you leave an impact more so than the person who's speaking a mile a minute, who's constantly vying for your attention. Because when you speak as somebody who's quiet, your words are scarce. And when something's scarce, they become more rare. And when they become more rare, they become more valuable, right? In that case, you can be somebody who is going, 10,000 words a minute, whereas you're somebody who slowed down their vocals and slow down their rhythm of speech to arrest the listener's attention. You got from point A to point B in a clear and concise manner. So look, this is not an attack on people who speak louder or people who speak in a more quick fashion. This is just an encouragement and an upliftment to people who actually take their time to speak a little bit slower. And maybe they think a little bit longer before they speak. And that in turn makes them a little bit quiet and makes them seem a little bit more shy. Look, don't be fooled, okay? Don't feel any type of way just because your confidence exhibits itself in a non-traditional way, okay? Your confidence in yourself weighs much, much more than any vocalization of how confident you are. Look, if you don't know, let me let you know right now. My name is Kunle Day. I am an artist and cinematographer based in Houston, Texas. And I am also 1/3 of the group, the creative collective Yatu with Love. And hey, if nobody's told you today, all right, you are appreciated, you are loved, God loves you, so make sure you love yourself.